bucks.
Hi everyone, this is Land Speculation here live.
Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack.
Land's walking and talking, live streaming, chat reading, and hoping to find our best view of Duckland. The ducks keep on floating, feet paddling and cracking, some squabbling, come waddling toward us, land ducks.
Even if somebody's annoying, you shouldn't eat them. Welcome to Alms Park in Cincinnati, Ohio. And this is a big municipal park. And I thought we'd just do a little bit of a walk around. I think I've heard it said it's like 92 acres or something. Anyway, there's several interesting areas here, so we'll go check them out a little bit one by one. This is a picnic table that seems to have lost its bench on one side. A one-sided picnic bench. Maybe it's for press conferences or something. And then these grills. Does anybody actually cook on these grills at parks? Like, is it safe to do that? They always just seem like they're so caked in like rust and other stuff. I don't know. I guess that's where you put the charcoal. I guess it could work, but do you really want to be eating something that's been on that surface? I guess you put like foil over that, and that's how that works. Anyway, some big tall trees, being all stately and stuff with those branches that curl out in all directions. Several of them over here. We've got this picnic table. It looks like they've taken one edge of it and they've added a bench in case you want to watch people eating a picnic. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start over here a little bit. Looks like they planted a few new trees that in decades or generations will be big and tall and thick and robust. But out this direction you've got a view of Lunken Airport, which is not the city's major airport. This is like a secondary airport in Cincinnati. In fact, Cincinnati's main airport is actually in Kentucky. The airport code for Cincinnati is CVG, which is short for Covington, which is actually the city it's located in Kentucky. And it's actually it's pretty far out in Kentucky. It's not super convenient as things in a city this size go. Anyway, you've got the airport out here. It's like an executive airport. I think when they have dignitaries, like sometimes the president will come to town for some reason, they usually have them land here. I guess the runways are big enough they can handle fairly big planes. They don't look super long, but I guess they can handle it. And it has all the airport infrastructure around it you'd expect. There's hangars down here, so plane just doing plane hangar stuff down there. And then more hangars over there. Creates a nice vista though. You've got way off in the distance you have the Ohio River Valley, framed by these low rolling Appalachian mountains. Very kind of flat hills and mountains over there. Very green trees. I don't know what other color they would be except for dead in the winter time. But it is pretty this time of year. And I guess there's some buildings over there on the hillside. Not quite sure what their deal is. They look like they're just being buildings and houses, and maybe there's an apartment high-rise over there or two. And you've got some couples down here romancing on the hillside.
You want to see the airplane?
And you got birds chirping, and there are clouds in the sky.
But he got the same kind of shoes you got. Your daddy got the same kind as Junior,
These people are like having a picnic
as you and
down there. He's just laying on his back, and she's sitting there sort of affectionately looking at him. Whereas these folks are just sitting there chatting. Is this plane coming in or out?
Mine's are orange,
Or is it just sitting there?
red and black and white. Chunkus is black and white. Black and white.
All right, let me walk back this way. There's a little set of steps here. Some freshly shaved grass. And one of these water fountain things. Does this thing work? Oh, it might. It might. Oh, it's not working. Bit of a weak stream there. On the water fountain. Okay, we're gonna go check out the playground here. I tend to be quite a critic of playgrounds because playgrounds are, as a kid, where you sort of learn to conceptualize, engage with, and explore the world. Playground can be anything when you're a kid. And deal with a lot of a good playground is going to be a natural environment to be sort of a pretend house. It can be kind of a pretend anything. But it's got a foundation to it. It's got some sturdiness. A playground can be like, it's where you sort of learn the basic foundations of the world. Be a castle, a bridge, but this playground is totally different. This is like a super kind of postmodern playground. This is like rubber mulch. I guess it's like it's just like rubber mulch. You got stuff like this, which, okay, I'm sure you can do a lot with this. You can be kind of creative in here. But like, what are you supposed to make of the world in a contraption like this? Is it like a rock climbing wall? What kinds of values is this playground going to teach kids? What about this? Does this butterfly thing kind of spin around? Oh, it does. It does kind of spin around. It's like a windmill. You can do renewable energy generation there. And you've got a big rock thingy here. It's kind of red. This is for children ages 5 to 12. And you can climb it, I guess. It's sort of like Stonehenge. I wonder how ancient it might be. Is that a face? Like a smile. Sort of like a face that's kind of been like bashed in. You got a smile and an eye, and then kind of like a glazed out other eye. Maybe kind of been bashed in, some nostrils that have been kind of been moved around. Somebody maybe tried to graffiti this a little bit. Pretty. And then I guess this, you can like climb the chains here, or you can, this oversized like ratchet set here. It's a gigantic set of pliers or something. And do these, they kind of spin. It seems kind of precarious maybe. And then this netting thing. There's not a lot that's like stable or sturdy about this playground. I don't know what this is either. You can like go through these weird disjointed hoops. And of course you can sit on the exciting benches. Favorite part of the amusement park is the stationary tractor. I guess you can swing here, kind of.
Come on, Bubba.
And play these kind of xylophone things. Some more of these windmill things up here. And this other xylophone thing. It's a weird playground. Oh, and a dog going to the bathroom over there. I'd say this mulch is very pleasant on the feet, though. It's like it looks like mulch, but it's actually rubber. It's very nice. No like traditional big wood sturdy jungle gym thing here. This is just random little contraptions they've assembled in a place designed to confuse kids and make them feel displaced in the world, I guess. I guess that's the intent. Very angry about playgrounds like this. This notion of the sort of postmodern playground. The idea of the sort of societal deconstructivists, where you sort of take apart things that are known and sturdy and grounding and stabilizing about the society, and you scramble them up so nobody feels comfortable, nobody feels in place. That's what's going on here. Very critical, very critical. All right, it's just like a little water thing. Water. Ah, water pump.
You want to get down?
So we got some swings over there. People are using the swings. And we've got this slide over here, which is, it's a cement slide. It's a slide made out of cement. And there's a squirrel coming down the steps. Yeah, it's a slide made out of cement. Why would somebody think to build a slide out of cement?
I asked him was he ready to get down. He said no. He said, yeah. He said no.
All right, I'm going to try to go down this slide.
Hey, brother, that's the slide. Right there, the man.
That was painful. Wow, you land at the bottom of that thing? That thing is painful. And then we got some swings over here. Do some swinging. It's always fun to be a swinger.
Who got his gun? Where?
All right. Lots of squirrels. Man, there's like squirrels everywhere. And vague people screaming off in the distance. But see, then the squirrels go up the trees and they disappear. So I guess they live in the trees. I wonder what that's like living in a tree. I don't think this drinking fountain's gonna work. The pedal's gone. Nope, it's got a button. It's a button one. Kinda works. Works all right. And here is our Italian villa. Why is it an Italian villa? I don't know. But it looks like it could be in Tuscany or something. So this is the main part of the villa. We got a bench over here. And then you got a bathroom over here. This looks like a women's room. So if you wonder what a women's room looks like, there are 3 stalls and 2 sinks. So if 3 people go to the bathroom all at the same time and they come out, somebody's going to be left not being able to wash their hands. Which means somebody at the party's going to have dirty hands. All right, so there's the women's room. I assume there's a men's room on the other side. There's a bench over here for the men. And then here's the men's room. There's a man. Very broad shoulders there on that guy. All right, men's room. If you've been in a men's room, you have 2 urinals. Tall one and a short one. And then 2 stalls. But still only 2 sinks. So if you have 4 men going to the bathroom at the same time and they come out, maybe they'll share sinks. 2 men at each sink. It'll be very crowded over here. The soap works. Oh, it does. Wow, I made a big squirty pile on the floor. We'll try it again, see how that goes. More soap on the floor. There's a bug trying to get out. The bug doesn't seem very bright. Okay, I guess this is like if you had a wedding or something here, this would be like your bar room here in the bottom and ground floor. And I guess there's a bar back here. There's no place really to store drinks, but I'll find a place. And you got a bar and serve people. And then you've got an area back here. I guess if you wanted to dance the night away and things like that. I assume this is locked. That's locked. The tent is nice. Shady back here. And then you can go to the upstairs of the villa here. Hey, you might as well be in Tuscany. Some very good wine in Tuscany. Actually, they had to add this fence here because probably the original stone edges here weren't tall enough to meet some kind of code or something. Now, there's your view off into the distance. You can hear small aircraft in the background. Of course, we're right next to an airport, so that makes sense. And then you've got your little flower ledges here. Do like Romeo and Juliet stuff here off the balconies. Big tree. Trash cans back there. Those are nice. Looks like somebody tried to bring some sidewalk chalk up here. Not sure what they were drawing though. It's like two tongues attached to a stick. This maybe is like an elephant. I tried to write something, but this looks like it might have been, oh, this is a person with very skinny stick legs of different lengths. Maybe had their lower leg amputated on one side. It has to hop around on one foot. Bit of a kind of rotund middle part of the body, and then a ginormous oversized head with a very deep and vertical smile and a couple of small eyes. And the head is the biggest part of their body. This person clearly has some kind of like glandular issue. Just made the top of their body different than the bottom part of their body. There's a lot of drains up here. It's like the Great Flood comes and inundates us. And we actually have been, we're not that far from the Ohio River. Some pretty big floods. Nothing's come this high though. You have to be like a flood of like 1,000 feet, which would be pretty strange, because the flood stage on that river is 52 feet. So we've got a few more trees back here and a lawn. Seems to be relatively unused. By relatively, I mean completely unused right now. There's a bench here. We got trash cans over here. And some nice plantings behind them. Oh, somebody was drinking. This Simply Lemonade's pretty good. Oh God, it smells. Why am I doing this? Not in that one. And not in that one. Okay, I gotta go away from the smell. This trash can smell awful. Looks like this tree may be having a bit of an issue. A lot of exposed branches on both this tree and this tree, which means there might be some kind of tree disease going around. I'm sure it makes the trees very sad. There's another bench over here. Oh, they put little signs. Is this the type of the tree, or is this just some random person's name? Lynn Hopple. Sounds like a generic person. A lot of dead trees around here. They've replanted some. Oh, here's Sally Wadsworth. So I guess these are people. What's the genesis of the last name Wadsworth? Here's a statue of Stephen Foster. A dapper looking guy. Stephen Foster lived in the 1800s. He only lived to age 38. Which is a shame because he's a nice looking guy. I wonder what happened to him. He just got some kind of ailment and perished. Part of his problem must have been that he was missing his pupils in his eyes. Just has big voids where his pupils should have been. Unfortunate for him. Otherwise, he's got green corrosion all over his clothes, which happens when you sit outside for this long. He's wearing a bow tie. It's very warm out today. It's like 80 plus degrees. It must be hot. Look at that, he's got no pupils. But that's a handsome face, guys. This is the guy that, he was a musician. I don't know a ton about him, but he wrote like the song "Oh Susanna" and a lot of those old 1800s Americana songs. I think his suit is kind of wilting, maybe from the humidity. It's not a stiff suit. There's his hand, his other hand. He's got some nice hands. Although his fingers they're kind of turning purple. I wonder if he's suffocating or something. Very long fingers. And he did a nice job trimming his nails. But he's got a lot of stuff like growing in the corners of his fingernails. Anyway, he's dressed nicely. I appreciate the effort to dress up. I think somebody is potentially graffitiing his body. In many places, actually. Like a lot of stuff has been drawn on him. Is he like life size? Not sure. Yeah, he's pretty life size. Like, just saying, like, those are pretty regular size hands. And his feet are pretty regular too. So this must be life size Stephen Foster. Anyway, I don't know why he's here. Why did we build a statue of that guy? Right here. It's a very tall telephone pole. There's our Italian villa. All right, we have a big pile of manure, dirt here. I presume this is being used to plant trees. There's a giant cone stuck in the side here with some papers jammed into it. Oh man, this smells bad. Yeah, it's a big pile of dirt. I would jump in it, but I feel like that would be disgusting. And then here's a pile of mulch. What are we going to use this for? Let's have a cone involved in the situation here. We got like tan dirt mulch and then brown dirt mulch. Look at the size of these giant lettuce leaves. You make a hell of a salad out of those. We're going to go down and we're going to take a quick look at the Ohio River down here. Looms. It's actually pretty pretty. Well, down there's the Ohio River. Snakes its way through the valley. On the other side of the river there is Kentucky. But don't be fooled, the river is quite wide. Hard to swim across, for sure. I don't think you'd want to. I don't think it's super clean water. These trees have really grown quite large. You got some drums of oil or something down there near the river. In case it floods, you want to make sure there's plenty of oil in the river just to make it, nice and slippery. We're now staring directly into the sun. There's a steeple over there, then a few condo buildings. We can't see all the way around the bend to downtown Cincinnati, Ohio, but that is way down there. Somebody's house down there. I'm sure it floods a lot. It is a pretty sky, though. lot of aircraft hovering high above. There's a water tower over there just in case the river runs out of water.
Really sliding down. I think we were in the middle of
And here's a compass. Guess we're in the northerly direction right now. If it's colder here than over here. Not discernibly so. But on the other hand, we only moved about 7 or 8 feet. I find these pergolas kind of pointless. They really don't provide much shade, like, ever. Like, very faintly. And they don't block the rain at all. You have to plant something on it for it to really be worthwhile. You don't want to do that because then they'll rot the wood. There's a house for some ants in between those bricks. Good for them. What a pretty summer evening. It is. Oh, it's a Bronco. It's like a red Bronco, though. I didn't know they still made Broncos. Bronco Sport. It's like the car OJ drove, but a different color. And, 30 years separating the models or so. Okay, that's a Lexus. And a Mazda. And a Chevy. Yeah, nice looking cars. What are birds like? Making bird noises off the distance. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that utility box there. I guess you could theoretically climb this whole pole. Yeah, you go up to those little things and you just climb the pole on each side, and you eventually end up in that little box up there, and you fix the phone lines or whatever's up there. Seems a little precarious. Alright, we're gonna go into the spooky woods a little bit here. Find out what's back here. Some butterflies. Shit, there's loads of mosquitoes back here too. There's some serious bird action going on to the right. I actually have no idea where this path goes. But it seems to just go and go and go and go. Imagine if an alligator or a tiger jumped out from these woods. Here in Florida, the alligator thing could be kind of scary. Because alligators can run really fast. Tigers can go really fast too. Probably gonna be dead, whichever one it is. So hopefully it's neither. And suddenly our nice path turned into this like winding, weird, circuitous journey thing. And I hope it actually does go somewhere, because I'm gonna end up like those. Ever heard about those two girls down in, is it Panama? What country was that? Chris and Lisanne Froome. Or Chris Creamers and Lisanne Froome. They went like hiking off a random path up in the Andes Mountains, and they got lost. I guess they lost the path or something. And yeah, they got lost, and then they were like alive for at least like 11 days after that, we think. In the woods with just a tiny bit of phone battery. And a lot of people suspect that maybe they had been taken out by foul play. I think most likely they just got lost. And you get stuck in the middle of the woods and the jungles of South America. It's a bad scene. That's a crazy case. There's so many stories of people get lost in the woods. Where the hell is this going to take us? We're going to have to turn around. I don't know. Where this is going to let us out. Seems like we're going to like end up in a neighborhood here. This is like not what I intended to do at all. And we're just going downhill a lot. Yeah, I'm going to turn around. This is like a bad idea. We're gonna go back the other direction. Hope we can find our way back. Yeah, don't, like, if you don't know where you're going, like, don't just venture off into the woods. Don't be like me. This is gonna be a workout too, because we're gonna go way uphill. It's also getting dark. And I hope every time there's a little fork in the road, I hope I'm taking the right path to get back to the regular path. But I'm a little bit nervous about that. If I made a weird turn, man, this is a good workout. Just remember, if you go downhill for like an hour, you're gonna have to come back uphill at some point. What goes down must come back up. All right, I think we made it back to the main path. That was exhausting. And pointless, too. Cincinnati, Ohio has a lot of hills. People think it's like the Midwest. Midwest is flat. No, Cincinnati, Ohio is one of the hilliest cities in the country. Pittsburgh is really hilly. A lot of Appalachia is very hilly. Go down to like Asheville, North Carolina, very hilly. Indianapolis, very flat. Columbus, very flat. Cleveland, pretty flat. Louisville, pretty flat. St. Louis, very flat. Minneapolis, pretty flat. Chicago, very flat. Different cities have different levels of flatness. I would give like Columbus, Ohio gets like A level flatness. San Francisco gets like D level flatness. Cincinnati would be like a C level flatness. Pittsburgh might be like a D plus. Pittsburgh's even a little bit more rotund, hilly than is Cincinnati here.
How you doing? All right.
There's a tent with nothing in it. Those are like adult swings over there. If you wanted to like have your cat go on the swing, I guess you would probably use this swing, but it would still probably jump out. I wouldn't recommend taking your cat to the park. If you do, you got to bring a leash. Sometimes some cats are okay with that, but try to get a cat to swing. And cats are not big swingers. People are much more open-minded about swinging than cats. We have all in one place. There are multiple ways you can go swinging here. You can pair off, go swinging there. You can pair off and go swinging in these like harness things. And then I don't know what kind of swinging you do here, but this is more like for solo swinging. All right, a bit of vent again about this playground. You know, the emergence of the American middle class is one of the great things in the history of the world, and basically it threw off the theories of people like Marx and others who insisted that the inevitable outcome of most European societies and America was going to be that basic capitalism would not be overthrown, but capitalism actually did so well at creating sort of a steady middle class that like things were stable, and the people like Marx who just desperately wanted a revolution found it more and more difficult to incite one. So in neo-Marxism they start writing about how you need to do things to destabilize the society by basically getting people to feel discomfort in every normal situation so that they feel these pressure points to try to like revolt in a sense, a cultural, social sense. Kids need grounding in life. They need like a house and a family, like basic routines, some rules, some boundaries for themselves. This playground has no boundaries. I mean, it has an edge, of course, but like, where's the center of this playground? Which one of these things has girth and heft and gravitas? These are all just weird contraptions designed to confuse and disorient. And what kind of life is that for a child to be confused and disoriented? At the playground, which is the place of safety, play, and imagination, where they can simulate being their parents or whoever they want. They can just play this game like sinking a ship. They pretend they were on a boat, and the boat was sinking, like in Titanic. I don't know how you do that at this playground. You have to have a hell of an imagination, which maybe some kids do. But I'm appalled. I'm appalled at this playground. It should be outlawed. Outlawed. All right. See, it's all dusky now. So that's probably a good sign that it's time for us to go. So this has been Alms Park. In Cincinnati, Ohio.